Good afternoon and welcome to the Bakersfield Speedway Veterans Day Classic race here this afternoon. This is going to be one whale of a race. Standing behind me here, of course, the Cox Brothers number 86 car, normally piloted by Chad Reichenbach. This week we've opened up the rules. We've allowed all of the late models to run the sprint car wings, if you will, sideboards, all of that, giving, of course, downforce pressures to the rear side of that car, allowing these drivers to stick a lot better in the corners. Gives them a lot more down pressure on the rear tail section, so you get a lot more horsepower coming off the ground. Scott Pounds, normally driving the black number 1 car, will be piloting this Cox Brothers Special number 86 here tonight with the sprint car wing. Driving Scott Pounds' car, the black number 1, will be Mike Hood. Also, Scott Pounds, of course, will be running his IMCA modified, the white and yellow number 1 car. So a lot of drivers out here showing double duty tonight, of course, along with Steve Cargill. He'll be running his number 11 hobby stock as well as a number 11 modified street. Crazy action, a tremendous amount of cars in the trackside here tonight. All 4 divisions will be qualifying. Late models will be allowed to run 4 barrels. They'll be able to run alcohol. They only have to weigh 2,800 pounds. And, of course, they can go down to 105-inch wheelbase. So almost a run what you brung kind of an outlaw race. And, of course, the modified streets, they also can run rear spoilers, which they have not done in the past. And with all 4 divisions qualifying on the clock, we'll have a whole lot of action here for tonight. We're going to mosey on down through the pit side, if you will, as some of the race cars now coming off one of their hot lap sessions, and kind of bring you a bird's eye view of what's going on in the pits here tonight. So hang on, take your hair off, let your shoes down, if you will. Golly, I tell you what, I love racing, so sit back, enjoy yourself. Once again, the starting lineup has been relegated by the fact of times on the clock. Fast time front row, inside, second fast time, front row outside. Ought to be one whale of a race. Your two track technicians up there, two track champions, Rayburn and Pounds. They ought to put on one whale of a show here.
Light out this time. Caution light out.
So we're about to lock and load, race fans. You guys all sit back, buckle up your seatbelt, slam your helmet on. We're about to go racing. Lights out. We anticipate a green this time out of 4. Rayburn on the gas. Pounds right next to him. They stick it in the turn. Oh, look out. Track slippery. Rayburn loses a handle. Pounds out of 2. Pounds your leader. Rayburn stranded on the apex of 1 and 2. And we go yellow flag for Rayburn. Keep in mind these IMCA modifieds, very, very light in weight, average around 2,500 pounds per car. They are 90% of them running on methanol alcohol fuel. Oh God, yes, definitely. Doug Thompson's going to have to hurry if he's going to get around the back of the pack. We're looking for the green. The lights are out. We're on the green. Veterans Day Classic now officially started. Scott Pounds first into turn 1, off turn 2, your leader. Rayburn runs second. Gardner and Hogue side by side going into 3. Oh, look out. Gardner gets sideways. Over in turn 2. 79 card of Steve Klinkenberg. Such a happy baby. Rayburn trying to work his way underneath the lap traffic of Doug Thompson. Thompson in the red 55, Rayburn in the white 55. Your leader, still the number 1 car, Scott Pounds, negotiating into turn 3. Bobby Hogue runs third at this point on the track. Gardner makes contact with Bob Newberry in the 36 car. And Doug Thompson comes up lame down the main chute. Look out, mama. Ho! Klinkenberg drops down low to avoid contact with Thompson. Passing mode, but Marcus Mallett will wait for all cars to pass, then he'll yank that cone. Pounds on the move. Rayburn hooked up on the backside, off turn 4. Bobby Hogue runs second. Bob Newberry 4th. Jeff Gardner 5th. Rayburn hurts his car up early into 3, closes ground on the back bumper of Pounds. It looks like Rayburn much quicker through the corners. Rayburn took a look underneath the door as Scott exited turn 2. Look at him drop down on the apron. No, he washed out, 1 lap to go. It's Pounds, Rayburn, Hogue, Newberry, Gardner, your top 5 runners. Then you pick up Bob McMahon. And here's your winner, the number 1 car, Scott Pounds. Rayburn 2nd, Hogue 3rd, Newberry 4th, Gardner 5th, Bob McMahon. Oh boy, Pounds and Rayburn. We'll look for those during the main just a little bit for a real duel to the finish.
I'll take it.
Bobby Hogue.
Over here.
I know. Well, it's
I forget your
here he comes. Jeff Botello out of Los Banos. Now our starting grid for round 2 qualifier. Now on the track, lights out. This will be a 10-round qualifier. Scott Busby, a track technician. Indeed, he will show the hog how the hog eats the cabbage, picking up the pace. Here we go, green. Busby first into 1, out of turn 2, your leader. Ho, look out, Bam Bam. James Weston makes contact with the wall along with Buck Cox and the 14 car of Jeff Botello. We go yellow on the track. Everybody has refired.
Can you get their attention up there to announce happy birthday?
Lights out, anticipation of a green, this time out of 4. Busby on the move, gets a good start. Thomas tacks right along next to him. Look out! Mike Johnson gets sideways. Busby your leader, followed by Thomas and Smotherman. Mike Johnson runs second. Steve Smotherman fourth. But your leader off turn 4, Scott Busby, showing the way through the main chute. Darren Thomas now picking up a challenge on his rear section as Darren Smotherman starting to reel that second place car in. Mike Johnson running 4th. Steve Smotherman in the 16 car. Currently 5th on the track. Busby now with a quarter lap lead on the rest of the field. The race currently is on that second place run between Smotherman and Darren Thomas. Thomas opens the door. Smotherman took a look at him under 4 and just couldn't quite pull the trigger. Thomas opens the door again. Smotherman has found a weak spot in Thomas's drive. He's got to get his car up another half a car length if he's going to make the move. And look out, Thomas falls off the pace. You can see the fluid falling out the backside of that car. Thomas wisely goes up to the high side, gets out of the main lane of racing. Darren Smotherman now up to 2nd. Mike Johnson runs 3rd. Steve Smotherman 4th. Finally, Darren Thomas is going to fall short into turn 3. I'm not really sure what went away on that car, but he definitely dropped some fluid as he exited turn 4. There's fluid all the way down the main chute. Look for the start down the back chute. Lights out. Anytime now we'll jump to the green. Busby on the gas. And we go green. Busby, Smotherman, Johnson, and Smotherman, your front 4 runners. The white flag, one more time around. 9 down, 1 to go. Here comes your winner off turn 4, Scott Busby. Darren Smotherman 2nd, Mike Johnson 3rd, Steve Smotherman 4th, and then finally the 14 of Jeff Botello out of Los Banos 5th. But your winner up there, the number 73, Scott Busby. Give him a round of applause as he comes by the corners there out of Martinez, California.
Got good contagious.
7 car, 7R, out of Exeter, Gerald Russell. And then finally the last entrant, the number 75 car, Ron Haggard out of Eugene, Oregon. That makes up round 3 qualifier, this for the IMCA Modifieds.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
All right, how you doing?
Real good.
10-4, you ready to go? Showing them one.
but how does it know where it is?
Nothing else? All right, I'll get it.
Right.
All right, on the pole, the number 3 car, you find out there Chad Chadwick. Next to him, the 4 car, that is Ryan Cole out of Santa Maria. Second row inside, the white number 78 of Kevin Nichols out of Bakersfield. Next to him, the number 22 car of Robbie McLaughlin out of Porterville. Then the 34 car is Scott Olson out of Ventura. The number 11 car is Ray Mariquin out of Santa Maria. The 7R car, Gerald Russell out of Exeter. And the number 75 car is Ron Haggard out of Eugene, Oregon. Lights out, we're looking for a green. And we go on the green. Number 3 car, Chad Chadwick, sticks it into turn 1 off turn 2. Your leader, Ryan Cole, right on his backside. Cole takes a look as they go into turn 3. Door opens up. Cole sucks his nose inside. Oh, Chadwick shuts him down. Chad Chadwick able to hang on to that first position as Kevin Nichols moves up to 3rd. Ryan Cole with a muscle move out of 4. Oh, Cole couldn't Cole the handle. Chadwick able to hold Ryan Cole off one more time. 2 down, 8 to go. Cole gets in the back bumper of Chadwick. Running 3rd is the white 78 of Nichols. Chadwick bobbles down to main chute, got sideways a little bit. Allowed Ryan Cole to make the pass. He is your leader now in the red number 4. Chadwick falls back to 2nd. Then you pick up Kevin Nichols and then Robbie McLaughlin. Behind McLaughlin, you pick up the number 11 car of Ray Mariquin. Five down, 5 to go. It's Ryan Cole, Chad Chadwick, Kevin Nichols, and Robbie McLaughlin, your top 4 runners at this point. Interesting drive right now by the red number 4 car, Ryan Cole. He's opting to go to that second groove. He's running that upper groove right now and making it work for him, looking for that fresh, wet moisture on the clay. And Ryan Cole, your leader now, getting into lap traffic as the number 7 car way off the pace. Gerald Russell is about to go a lap down. Ryan Cole makes the pass successfully. Chad Chadwick now looks to the inside of Russell. Chadwick makes a muscle move. Oh, hard into turn 4 wall. It's Russell. Oh, white flag action. Russell bounced off of McLaughlin, hit turn 4 wall real hard. And here's your winner, Ryan Cole. Chad Chadwick 2nd, Kevin Nichols 3rd, Robbie McLaughlin 4th. 5th is Ray Mariquin. 6th, the number 75 car, Ron Haggard out of Eugene, Oregon. Oh boy, Russell hit that wall real hard, kept on going, and he made the exit gate. All right, I tell you what, we need race fans. The number 1 car is Mike Hood out of Bakersfield. 3rd row inside, you find the number 17 J car, Mike Juarez. Next to Mike Juarez, the number 43 G car, that is Dave Glass out of San Juan Bautista. Then you pick up the 05 car of Scott Busby, showing double duty here tonight. Lights out, looking for the green. Oh, Shepard on the move, sticks it deep into turn 1. He drifts up high off turn 2, your leader. Poppenhausen got a little sideways on the bottom apron of 2. Second time out for the new car of Dick Shepard. Shepard starting to stretch his lead out as the 27 car goes up in smoke. Mike DeLuca. DeLuca falls off the pace, mechanically broke somewhere in his drivetrain. graciously takes the infield, allows these guys to continue with Shepard, Pappenhausen, the number 5 of Robert Miller, and then a number 70 car next in the lineup. James Eden's out of Petaluma, California. Pappenhausen took a run at Shepard through apex of 3 and 4. Shepard runs down low, Pappenhausen up high. Miller, a good 15 car lengths back, running third. Shepard off turn 4. Shepard's able to amass about a 5 car lengths advantage over Pappenhausen. Pappenhausen closes ground as they're in the corners. So Pappenhausen's turn speed's a little quicker than Shepard's, but Shepard has the pull off the corners. Shepard now approaching lap traffic. The number 13 car of Jay Ellenberger will be the first that will go down. Lap traffic gives Pappenhausen a look underneath Shepard. What's going to happen? It's turn 1 action. Pappenhausen muscle move underneath Shepard. Oh, Pappenhausen makes the move. Scott Busby in a 05 car falls back. Checkered flag, and you got it. Richard Pappenhausen takes the win. Oh my, that was quick. Finishing up second, Shepard, then Miller, and then finally the 17J of Mike Juarez. Well, there you go. That's why the big 4-man, Richard Pappenhausen, has won the track champions that he has. Waited for lap traffic, made a muscle move out of turn 2, and took it to the checkered flag. That was just round 1 qualifying. Sideboards, we're running just about whatever you can guess. We've got it. We're running a few cars that have a for sale sign on them. Tom Fisher in the red number 71 will set the pace as lights are out. Anticipation of the green out of turn 4. We go green. Oh, Ron Meyer first into turn 1 off turn 2. Jim Pettit way up high close to the wall. Pettit on the move. He's got a power plant here tonight as Meyer's your leader. Fisher second, Pettit third. Beltran fourth. James Eden currently running fifth, and Eric McCorder. Oh, look out, one up high Myers went and lost nothing to it. As you can see, these guys running open top cars here tonight. An opportunity to look right down into the driving compartment. Here's a move underneath of Myers by Fisher. Myers runs high, but Fisher also likewise drifts up high in the corner. As a spin out in turn 1, that is Bill Hall. It's Ron Meyer and Fisher, your 1-2 punch right now. Jim Pettit currently running third. Vance Beltran with Eric McCorder off turn 2. Seven laps down, 3 to go. Fisher takes a move underneath. Oh, Myers drifted high up in through turn 1 and 2, opened the door, but Fisher could not find the handle. As Fisher comes off 4, kisses the main chute wall. Jim Pettit the second still runs in that third position. As Greg Bookout and Jeff Hilton make contact down the main chute. White flag action one more time around. Your leader sticks it deep into turn 3. He's racing with Jeff Hilton off turn 4, and there's your winner, Ron Meyer. Number 71, Tom Fisher, finishing second. Jim Pettit, third, and Vance Beltran, your fourth qualifier here tonight. Oh, boy. Ron Meyer with a strange-looking ride here tonight, but not strange to a winner's circle. Both right side tires fully exposed. Takes it to the winner's circle here tonight, the number 7 car, Ron Meyer. Qualifying starting grid for here tonight in the late model division. The 7 M car front row outside is a former track champion out of Marysville. He's no stranger to the winner's circle. Right next to him, setting the pace, will be the Rocket Man, Scott Pounds. This ought to be a blast burner here as they rev the RPM up. Looking for the green out of 4. And Pounds goes into turn 1 off turn 2, your leader. Oliver runs second, Stewart third, DeMitz fourth, Coffey fifth, John Hill, and then Capitelli. Contact made with a late entrant, the 02 car, Jesse Gonzalez. Stewart bobbles and goes high up toward the wall, turn 4. Scott Pounds working his way, making that separation between him and Oliver bigger and bigger each and every lap. 3 down, 4 this time by. Larry DeMitz runs third, Stewart fourth, John Hill fifth, Coffey sixth, Capitelli, and then Jesse Gonzalez. Take a look at your leader now, that 86 car, as he prepares to go into turn 3. He is on a string as he starts to make lap traffic, go down 1 lap. That'll be Richard Workman as he works him over off turn 2. Workman goes down 1 lap. Scott Pounds with a full straightaway lead on the second place runner, Dan Oliver, right now. Scott Pounds looking at a whole lot of lap traffic in front of him. Currently on the back bumper of Jesse Gonzalez as he goes down the back chute, prepares to go into turn 3. White flag given to your leader, Pounds. Dan Oliver still runs second. Larry DeMitz runs third. And here comes your winner off turn 4, the Rocket Man, Scott Pounds, the number 86 car. Dan Oliver second, Larry DeMitz third, Jerry Stewart fourth, John Hill fifth, Rick Coffey sixth, Bob Capitelli seventh, and then finally Jesse Gonzalez. What do you think, race fans? Does the 86 car look quick here tonight? Scott Pounds, your winner. Drives the straight axle California dirt cars in a modified street here tonight. And of course the last entrance, you pick up the number 7 car, or rather the number 9 car. Your driver, Boot Scootendale Fry. That's the starting grid for this round one qualifier for the Modified Street Division. Lights out, anticipation of green as we come out of turn 4. Randy Hensley, Doug Jeffers on the move. Jeffers sticks it deep into turn 1 off turn 2, your leader. Randy Hensley runs second. The number 11 XF Dave Cox third. Then you pick up the 14 car of Rich Denman out of Madera. A race and battle going into turn 3 with Denman getting underneath of Dave Cox. Both of those guys making contact. Dave Cox slides back up to third. James the Hammer Hammonds currently running 5th on the track. Your leader, the 22 car of Jeffers, opens the door for Hensley. Hensley got a little excited, tried to pull the trigger a little too early, lost control. And Jeffers opens the door again off 2. Here comes Hensley. Jeffers runs the upper groove, Hensley down low. Dave Cox runs third as Boots Scootendale Fry goes to the infield. Oh, here we go with the race down the main chute. Oh, look out! Almost a collision with the car that was going off the track, Alan Updike. Jeffers hangs on. 6 laps down this time around. Jeffers able to hold off the number 88 car of Randy Hensley. Hensley off turn 2, makes a muscle move. Oh, Hensley could not hold the trigger down. What a race up front right now with Hensley and Jeffers. Hensley made a mistake, and that'll cost him dearly now as the final lap's unwinding. White flag will be shown to your leader, Doug Jeffers. Hensley will settle back for second. Still a race on the track for that 3rd and 4th spot between Dave Cox and Rich Denman. But here's your winner, Doug Jeffers. Rich Hensley second, Dave Cox third. And your 4th and final finisher out there in the top 4, Rich Denman out of Madera. Finishing 5th, James the Hammer Hammonds. And there goes your winner, the 22, Doug Jeffers. Out of the Modified Street Division. We'll turn the lights out. Next time out of turn 4, we will anticipate a green flag.
Light out this time, caution light out.
Can I say something?
Ready, Popsicle?
All right, here we go. RPM building. Charles Paul, the 98 car, sets the pace. Darrell Hood with a muscle move out of 4. He's first into turn 1 off turn 2, your leader. It's Hood and Paul. Childress settles in for 3rd, but catches a whole lot of challenge from Jerry Egoyan in the 47 car. And Egoyan finally makes the pass. He settles in for 3rd. He opens the door, and Childress off turn 2. Childress with not quite the same horsepower as Egoyan has, settles back for 4th. Then you pick up Greg Voigt and Speedy Steve Cargill, and Bo Earnshaw loses it out of 4. Makes contact with Joy Silva. What's up, bro? Daryl Hood off turn 2, your leader. 3 down, 7 to go. Charles Paul runs second. Right front flat on the number 10 car, Joy Silva. Running third, you find the number 47 car in the lineup. That's Jerry Egoyan out of Fresno. Fourth is Rick Childress. Greg Voigt, up in the wall at the high apex of 3 and 4. Voigt all of a sudden made a mad turn to the right, made contact with the wall over there. Pulls it off the corner, seems to be okay. Your leader still the black number 2 of Daryl Hood, just comes off turn 2, followed by the number 98 of Charles Paul. Hood gets in the back quarter panel of Randall Davis. Davis opens the door for him. Seven down. Eight down, 2 to go. White flag now being shown to your leader, the black number 2 of Daryl Hood. As your second place runner, Charles Paul, fire coming out the rear section of him. Quickly safety crew over to extinguish him. Here comes your winner, Daryl Hood. The number 47 car will finish up second. Jerry Egoyan, Rick Childress third. And the number 7 car, Randall Davis, fourth. So Daryl Hood, there he is, the black number 2 Daryl Hood, the winner of this here round 2 qualifier for the modified street. Real busy, yeah. Lights out, we're looking for the green. As we come out of turn 4, see a bit, Donnie, we're on the green. My driver is Doug Haggill, first into turn 1, off turn 2, your leader, followed by Steve Nolan, Ralph Cook, and Super Phil Matthews. That's your front 4 runners at this point. Nolan takes a look at him underneath of Haggill, makes contact as they go into turn 3. Ralph Cook right in the hunt. Cook in the blue and pink 78 car. Again takes a look underneath Haggill. Turn 2 may be the spot where he's able to pull that pass off. He'll have to stick it a little deeper into turn 1 to get that RPM up. Nolan gets his nose underneath him. Nolan's got an opening. Nolan holds his nose under him and loses him. Haggill opens the door and up comes Nolan. Nolan off 4. Nolan with an inside move underneath Haggill. Nolan with the direction coming off turn 2. Nolan by a bumper. Oh, Nolan's trying to get by him. Door handle racing right now, and finally Nolan makes the pass. Haggill comes right back down at him. Doug Haggill out of Salinas falls back to second. Ralph Cook now third. Super Phil Matthews fourth. Lonnie Welch fifth. Eight down, 2 to go. Ralph Cook starts working that rear quarter panel over of Haggio's car. White flag now being shown to your leader, Steve Nolan. Haggio tries to hold the door closed going into turn 1. Does a good job as Ralph Cook had no opening whatsoever. And here comes your winner off turn 4, Steve Nolan. Doug Haggio second, Ralph Cook third, Super Phil Matthews fourth, Lonnie Welch fifth. Oh, and finally sixth, number 77, Fred Lynn. So that wrapped up round 3 qualifier in the Modified Street Division. What do we have in with semis? 3. As they come out of 4. Darrell Hood sets the pace. RPM bills, we're looking for a green, and no green. Darrell Hood, a little anticipatory of the green flag coming out, got a good 2 car lengths advantage, and that was an unfair start. Wisely, our starter plus Taylor says, no way buckwheat, let's get him back in lineup and we'll try it again. Hood again sets the pace. Next to him, Rick Henderson. And we go green. Oh, a surprise attack by the flagman. And off turn 2, your leader, Darrell Hood, followed by Henderson. A track a little wet right now from that fresh application of moisture. And Hood loops it. Collects Lloyd Reed. Moore collects Johnson. And we go yellow on the track. Tough luck for the 0-1 car. Young son of Steve Johnson. I see smoke coming out, or steam anyway, out of the hood. Possibly lost a radiator on that collision. Cars remaining. First into turn 1, off turn 2, it's Lloyd Reed. Lloyd Reed, your leader, followed by Rick Henderson. Henderson takes a look underneath Reed. Henderson sticks his nose in it and can't keep it there. Wayne Kaufman runs third, and then the number 8 car of Bruce Moore fourth. Two laps down. Reed, Henderson, and Kaufman. Reed pushes a little bit, opens the door once again for Henderson. Henderson pulls it off. Henderson drag race into turn 1, and he makes the pass. Rick Henderson set a new track record here last year for the hobby stock division with a 16.666. Currently your leader. White flag coming out this time around for Henderson. And there's your winner, Rick Henderson. Lloyd Reed second, but Wayne Kaufman finishing third was putting a challenge on it. A couple more laps, he may have been in that second position. And fourth, Bruce Moore. That's your top 4, your final 4, the only 4 that took the checkered. As your winner comes off turn 4, the gold number 14 of Rick Henderson. Lloyd Reed give him a little love tap in the backside, banging his booty as they go off the track surface. Next up will be round 2 qualifier. .30 car as we go green. Johnny Dutton And Dutton does not make the starting grid as we go green on the track. Cargill off turn 2, your leader. It's Cargill, Peaser, and Gibbs. 1, 2, 3 off turn 4. Lacey Laura Ferris gives a love tap on the backside of the 19 car of Gibbs. A real traffic jam running for that 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th spot. As Rick Childress starting a muscle move, trying to come forward. Gibbs holding up Childress and Ferris. Childress all over the back bumper of Gibbs. Gibbs opening the door, and Lacey Laura Ferris coming through. Ferris gets sideways, and Gibbs takes the position back. Your leader's still up and out of turn 4. That is Don Cargill and Peaser. Lacey Laura Ferris, now the lady driver, moves up to 3rd. Followed by Manzella and then Childress. But your leader way up front coming off turn 4, flipper Don Cargill. Five down, 5 to go. White flag now being given to your leader, Cargill. Peaser still hangs in for a strong 2nd. Lacey Laura Ferris running 3rd. Manzella and then Childress. Here comes your winner off turn 4, Don Cargill. The number 1 car finishing 2nd, Don Peaser. And the number 40 car will finish up 3rd. That is Lacey Laura Ferris, Tom Manzella, and then Rick Childress. And there's your winner right there, sponsored by Southwest Garage, the 05 car, the winner, Don the Flipper Cargill. The number 83 car, Terry Brewer. Also in the lineup, the number 2X car, Roger Remy Jr. Lights out, we're looking for the green. We go green. Shane LeBlanc in the blue 2X car, but we go on a yellow for Roger Remy Jr. coming up lame out of turn 4. Roger Remy Jr. mechanically something went away on his car. All right, we're looking to go green. Lights are out. Dana Ritchie will set the pace.
IMCA, we got cars coming up to that. This is channel 2. Yeah.
Outside next to him, the number 3 car, Jeff Miller. RPM builds. No green. Look out, a little collision as we go down through the transition into turn 1. Apparently Steve Cargill did not see the flag. He thought we were going to town right then. We go green. The number 6 car of Dana Ritchie, your leader off turn 2. But a challenge now being put forth by the number 3 car, Jeff Miller, as Miller runs the high groove around the racetrack, and he makes the pass. Running 3rd to your track champion, Speedy Steve Cargill. Right behind him, the number 66, 2nd in points for 95, Jim Deedy, and then Terry Brewer. But what a race up front here with Miller and Ritchie. Miller able to stretch a 2-car lengths advantage now on Dana Ritchie. Cargill took a look underneath Ritchie momentarily as he exited turn 2. Once again, Ritchie opens the door and Cargill unable to take advantage of it. Your leader still out front, the number 3 car of Jeff Miller. Miller now running into lap traffic behind Shane LeBlanc. Oh, look out, LeBlanc got sideways. Oh, boy. Dana Ritchie had a few thoughts about that momentarily as he tried to get around him. As Terry Brewer bangs the back end of Jim Deedy car. Cargill now starting to set his car in position for a pass as we go 3 abreast into turn 1. It's Brewer and Deedy and Remy. White flag action. Here comes your winner off turn 4, Jeff Miller. Dana Ritchie second. Speedy Steve Cargill third. Jumpin' Jimmy Deedy fourth. And Terry Brewer will finish up 5th. So a surprise winner here tonight. The number 3 car of Jeff Miller, spanking some booty, takes the win. Round 3 qualifier, followed by Dana Ritchie and then Speedy Steve Cargill. There goes your winner, Jeff Miller. Steve Klickenberg. Outside front row, the number 87 car of Buck Cox. Then you find the number 34, Scott Olson out of Ventura, and Doug Thompson rather, out of Bakersfield. We go green. Buck Cox, your leader, a late entry now coming out the number 4 car, Rick Montez. Oh, contact as we went into turn 1. The number 34 car hammering his way up to the front. That's Scott Olson. Olson, a nice drive through 3 and 4. The number 34 car now starting to make his bid. Scott Olson on the high side above Buck Cox. Cox opens the door, but not enough. Cox on the low side. Olson on the high side. And Scott Olson makes the pass. He's your new leader. Buck Cox runs second. Olson's your leader. Doug Thompson runs third. And then Klickenberg. White flag one more time around. And here comes your winner off turn 4, Scott Olson. Buck Cox runs second. Ooh, third is Doug Thompson.
They know you were not a deal once again. It's all
All right, lights out. We're looking for a green. Next time out of turn 4, this will be an 8-lap semi-main. Top 4 go to the main. Sitting on the pole, the number 13 car out of Bakersfield, Jay Ellenberger.
Go to the back, but he's not going to do it, is he?
Also in the lineup, the number 74 car, Jeff Hilton. The number 1 car out of Lompoc, Bob Capitelli. The 05 car, Scott Busby. The number 7 car, Greg Bookout. The number 71 car in the lineup, Bill Hall. Number 48 also in the lineup, Richard Workman. Lights out. We're looking for a green. We go green. And Ellenberger comes off turn 2, your leader, followed by Hilton and Capitelli. Hilton takes a low ride underneath of Ellenberger and takes the lead. Ellenberger falls way off the pace. Your top 4 that'll transfer at this point, Jeff Hilton. Greg Bookout spins in 4. The 05 of Scott Busby, Jay Ellenberger. The 02 of Jesse Gonzalez. That is your top 4 as Capitelli makes contact with Gonzalez. And the 48 car moves up on the bubble. That is Richard Workman. A race off turn 4. Jesse Gonzalez getting sideways, running 3rd at this point. Ellenberger running 4th, but is about to go down. Look out, oh boy. All kinds of contact down the back chute. Metal body parts laying up in turn 3. That's the 71 car of Bill Hall and the 48 car of Richard Workman. Oh, but what a fine drive by Jeff Hilton. 4 car of Jeff Hilton. Scott Busby 2nd, Jesse Gonzalez 3rd, Jay Ellenberger on the bubble. We go green, 5 down, 3 to go. Busby tries to take a stab at it, but Hilton's too quick. Hilton opens the door and Busby sticks his nose in. Busby gets him by a quarter panel. It's Busby and Hilton into turn 2. And Busby makes the pass as Jay Ellenberger with a right rear flat comes up lame down the main chute. One more time around. Keep in mind the top 4 do qualify. These guys are running like they won't if they don't win it, as Jesse Gonzalez takes a look underneath Hilton. But your winner, Scott Busby. Jeff Hilton 2nd, Jesse Gonzalez 3rd. And your 4th and final transferee, the 02 of Jesse Gonzalez. Oh boy, that was quick here tonight, mama. And that makes up the starting grid for this semi-main event for the modified street stock. 8 laps of competition. Lock and load, buckwheat. You gotta see this little girl standing next to me, dude. She make your mouth drool. So lights are out. We anticipate a green this time out of 4. Charlie Jones sets the pace. Canoyer on the top side of him. And Canoyer first into turn 1. Gary Canoyer off turn 2, your leader, followed by Charlie Jones. Jeff Houston's, and then 3 abreast into 3. Oh boy, top 4 will go to the main. Houston's takes a look underneath Jones as he goes into turn 3. Jones opens the door and up comes Jeff Houston's. Charles Paul down low, locks horns with, oh, look out, mama. That's Charlie Jones and Super Phil Matthews laying lame over in turn 2. And a right rear flat on the 98 car of Charles Paul. What transpired there, the 98 car of Charles Paul got down in the corner underneath of Jones, got him sideways, looped it, collected up Super Phil Matthews, and thus the altercation sits over in turn 2. All right, lights out. We're looking for the restart now. 2 laps down, 6 to go. Gary Lee Canoyer, leader, followed by Jeff Houston's. And Boot Scootin' Darrell Fry running 3rd. Yahoo! Oh! Super Phil Matthews on a muscle move, coming out of turn 2, trying to get underneath the 71 car, Chris Tonoli. 10-4. That's Alan Updike in the yellow 4, working on the number 71's car, rear quarter panel, Chris Tonoli. Canoyer, your leader, Houston 2nd, Fry 3rd, and a race for that 4th and final transfer spot. Updike drifts up high, makes the pass. Here comes Joy Silva off turn 2. It's Updike and Silva into turn 3. And Updike hangs on for his dear life right now as Joy Silva is going to do everything he can to make that transitional pass. And a white flag will come out to your leader this time around, Gary Lee Canoyer. Houston's actually starting to close ground on Canoyer. Darrell Fry running 3rd, but Updike right on his back bumper. Fry momentarily bobbles, opens the door. Here comes Updike. Updike gets tangled up with Fry. Joy Silva makes the pass. Oh, Silva gets sideways. Canoyer wins. Houston 2nd, Updike 3rd, and Joy Silva makes it to the main event. Oh, what a tough break for Boot Scootin' Darrell Fry. All right, let's give you a starting rundown here now for the main event time for the Hobby Division. Sitting up on the pole, the number 14 car, Rick Henderson out of Bakersfield. Front row outside, you remember him, he had a whale of a heat race. That was the number 3 car of Jeff Miller. Second row inside, the 05 car out of Bakersfield, Flipper Don Gargill. Next to him, the number 1 car out of Taft, California, your driver, Don Peasard. Next up, the number 6 car out of Porterville, Dana Ritchie. The number 49 car out of Bakersfield, Lloyd Reed. The number 24 car, Wayne Kaufman. The lady driver, number 40, Lacey Laura Ferris. The number 11 car, Speedy Steve Cargill. The number 8 car, Bruce Moore out of Bakersfield. The number 8X, Tom Manzella. The number 66, Jumpin' James Deedy the number 83, Terry Brewer, the number 32, Rick Childress, the number 2 car, Roger Remy Jr., the number 20 car, Johnny Tixler out of Bakersfield. First evening ever in a race car for Pixler. The number 2 X car in the lineup, Shane LeBlanc, first time ever for him in a race car. And the number 30 car, first time ever in a race car, Johnny Dutton. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And that's 17 cars now on a starting grid, 30-lap main event. So what do you think, girl? Different, huh?
3 rows to the back. Lights out, lights out, lights out.
And lights are out. Setting the pace will be the number 14 of Rick Henderson. And we go green. Henderson first into turn 1. Oh, the track's a little wet. Hang on to it there, sports fans. Henderson holds on to that lead, followed by Miller, Peaser, and Cargill. Henderson sideways down the back chute. Oh, almost lost it. As Miller gets a piece of him nibbling on that rear bumper. Peaser runs second, Cargill fourth, Reed fifth, Ritchie 6th. Lacey Laura Ferris 7th, Speedy Steve Cargill 8th, and Jim Deedy. Deedy work on the top side of Steve Cargill. Boy, Rick Henderson has his hands full. The number 3 car, Miller, continuously closes ground in the corners. And Henderson now coming into lap traffic. Henderson looking at 2 cars in front of him to try to find a way around. Elects to go to the bottom side. Miller on the high side. Your leader's trapped in lap traffic. And Henderson escapes. Miller goes by. Don Cargill now up to 3rd. Don Peaser 4th. 5th is Lloyd Reed, and then Dana Ritchie. Goes into turn 1. Again, lap traffic in front of him. A rookie driver right in front of him. Dutton and Henderson elects to stay down low, but Miller up on the high side. Miller gets a quarter panel lead on him. They make contact out of 4, and Miller makes the pass. Henderson back to 2nd. Cargill right on the back bumper of Henderson. Henderson's halfway underneath of Miller. Oh, 3 abreast down the back chute. Bumpers locked with Henderson and Miller. Bumpers have locked with your 2 front runners. And that opens the door, and Flipper Don Cargill right now is your leader, followed by Don Peaser, Lloyd Reed, and Lacey Laura Ferris. Oh my mama, what happened here? Your leader Henderson, along with the 2nd place runner Miller, locked horns and took them both out of the front pass. Woo. Nope. They go to the back of the package. Cargill currently sits in 6th, was your track champion here for 1995. RPM starts to build. We go green. turn 2. Stays your leader. No change in the top 6 or 7 positions. Cargill opens the door. Peaser takes a look at him. Unable to pull the trigger that time around. On the move right now, the 49 car of Reed as he works the back bumper of Peaser over. And Steve Cargill and Laura Ferris. Door handle to door handle into 3. And Steve Cargill makes the pass. Steve Cargill now up to 5th. Laura back to 6th. A race now going into turn 3 with the 66 car of Peaser, or James Deedy. Rick Gibbs turned up sideways. Tom Manzella got turned sideways. Gibbs going through Lake Oildale. A little shortcutty. Motor gone in turn 3. Tom Manzella out of Bakersfield up in smoke. Oh boy. Let's see if that's smoke or steam. Smoke. Don Peaser gets sideways into turn 2. Opens the door and Lloyd Reed moves up now. Reed running second. Dana Ritchie gets spun out in turn 3 by Peaser. A loose tire out of turn 3. Parked up high on the wall. The number 20 car loses a wheel. Johnny Pixler. And we go yellow on the track for Pixler and Dana Ritchie. On the track is the red number 40 of Lacey Laura Ferris. Rick Henderson with that yellow has been able now to close a whole lot of ground, though he's still a straightaway distance from that first place runner Cargill. Lacey Laura Ferris about to lose her rear deck as that trunk lid has come unbolted on one of the corners as she makes a pass around the number 8 car of Bruce Moore. Rick Childress in the number 32 car tangles horns out of turn 4. And I believe that was the number 3 of Miller. And there comes the deck lid off the 40 car Lacey Laura Ferris down the main chute up high out of the main racing surface. And Miller, all kinds of smoke or steam coming out of his car. That's a motor as he takes it to the pit. Down, 8 to go. 23 down next time around. Rick Henderson has now worked himself back up to 5th on the racing surface. Laura Ferris is 4th. Your leader now in at turn 3. Coming out of turn 4, the yellow 05 of Don Cargill. Lloyd Reed right on his backside, 2 car lengths further back, and then you go another 8-10 car lengths. Third place runner, Steve Cargill. And Wayne Kaufman now running fourth. But right on his backside is Rick Henderson. He's flying here tonight. As he comes through lap traffic, look out, turn 4. Roger Remy was a blocker. And Henderson had to set his car early to get it to come out of 4 without making contact on the number 2 car. .27 down, 3 remaining. Lloyd Reed now falling off the pace. And Cargill with a move inside out of turn 3. Steve Cargill still running third at this time. I've got the number 24 car, Wayne Kaufman, currently fourth on the track. White flag being shown to your leader, the 05 of Don Cargill. Here comes your winner off turn 4, Don Cargill, $500 richer. Lloyd Reed second. Number 11 car of Steve Cargill third. Look out, ho! The number 14 car from my advantage point picked up that 4th position away from the 24 car, Wayne Kaufman. Your unofficial rundown, the 05 of Don Cargill. The number 49 finishing second, Lloyd Reed. The number 11 of Speedy Steve Cargill, a fire out of turn 4. Your leader has caught fire. What a hot way to finish this 30-lap main event for Don Cargill.
71 car and a modified street number 9 in there.
It appears that it's an oil fire. It's very persistent. It gets sprayed by our fire crew quickly on the spot. He has reignited. Still on fire down there.
On the hobby shop. Conversion.
What place did my dad get?
Top 3.
4th, I believe. We'll find out.
Top 4. Push him on up there so we
And I believe 14.
Is 4. That's my daddy.
14 is your 4th place car.
All right, I just got a confirmation that, in fact, the number 14 car, Rick Henderson, caught Wayne Kaufman at the finish line and passed, made that 4th place finish. Your top 4, the 05 of Don Cargill. 2nd place, the number 49, Lloyd Reed. 3rd place, the number 11, Steve Cargill. And the 4th one goes to Rick Henderson with Wayne Kaufman finishing 5th.
another hour, but yeah. Hey, Moshe.
Go ahead.
I'm down to 7 shirts. I'll let them go for $5 a piece.
10-4, I'll make that announcement right after this race.
Rita. Are you sure 14 finished in the top 4?
Okay, Popsicle. All right, here we go. A 25-lap main event on the pole. The number 4D car comes to us out of Santa Maria. Your driver, Ryan Cole. Outside front row, the number 3 car. Your driver, Chadwick. Second row inside, I believe that's the number 73 of Scott Busby. Outside second row, the number 6 is Darren Smotherman. Third row inside, the number 55 car, Bruce Rayburn out of Eagle Point, Oregon. Next to him, the number 1 car, the Rocket Man, Scott Pounds. Lights out, we anticipate a green this time out of turn 4. Next car in the lineup, the 36A of Bob Newberry. next to Bob Newberry, you pick up the 16 car, Smotherman, and we go green. The number 2 J car, Mike Johnson out of Lancaster. Spin out, Scott Busby loses it, and Scott Pounds. Oh, Busby gets back in the flow of traffic, and Pounds sits lame in the track in turn 2. Oh boy, Busby and Pounds got tangled up. Busby had lost it first. Scott Pounds got brought up into the action. Made a restart, and we go back on yellow for Scott Busby. Parked down talking to Marcus Mallet down the back chute. I'm not sure if they're discussing where they're going to meet afterwards for pizza and beer down at the Lamppost Pizza Course, North Chester, the pizza people place. We're looking for the green. Setting the pace, the number 4 car, Ryan Cole. Chad Chadwick next to him. We go green. IMCA modified main event time. Robbie McLaughlin gets crossed up out of 2. Gathers it back up, your leader, the number 4 car, Ryan Cole. Chad Chadwick running second, Darren Smotherman third. Scott Pounds fourth, Mike Johnson fifth. Bobby Hogue third, running sixth. Oh, Ryan Cole starting to unwind that big lead as he's a good 8 car lengths over Chad Chadwick. Chadwick 3 car lengths over Darren Smotherman, and Scott Pounds now needling the back bumper of Smotherman. A power move into turn 3. Scott Pounds lowered that front of the car underneath of Smotherman. The race on the track right now is for that 3rd and 4th spot between Smotherman and Pounds. And Pounds had a whiff of smoke come out of his car in turn 2. Smotherman starting to give ground to Pounds. Pounds starting to show smoke as his body touches the left rear quarter panel. Pounds muscles his way underneath the Smotherman into turn 3. They make connection. Oh, Smotherman got airborne off Scott Pounds' car. And Smotherman sits on the entry into turn 1. I tell you, you could see that coming as Pounds was working the backside of Smotherman over. Smotherman had moved high up into turn 3 and opened the door, and Pounds stuck his nose inside. They went 2 more laps, door handle to door handle, and finally made connection. IMCA modifies being an open wheel division has that potential for ever getting airborne when those 2 tires hit. In this case, Smotherman got airborne momentarily, and Smotherman and Scott Pounds locked horns once again here tonight. Marroquin and Smotherman made contact, and Robbie McLaughlin hit Smotherman. Everybody got sideways and gathered it back up. Your leader now approaching lap traffic as he comes off turn 2, a wreck down the back chute. Look out, Chad Chadwick. Oh, Chadwick hits the car. Oh, Chadwick was in the high groove off turn 2 and hammers into the backside, ripped his tires off the car. Oh, mama. The number 3 of Chad Chadwick had made contact with the car, come up lame in the back chute.
Did you read a number on that car, the black one? 14 maybe? No, it looks like more back there.
34. He's the one with that huge amount of tow out in his suspension. We are now green. Ryan Cole, Bobby Hogue, Mike Johnson, and Bruce Rayburn. Pounds up to 5th. Rayburn up high in turn 4. Opens the door. Pounds is underneath him. Rayburn running that upper groove. Pounds on the backside right in front of him, Mike Johnson. Oh, Rayburn sticks it deep into turn 3. Pounds underneath of Rayburn. Scott Pounds underneath Mike Johnson trying to make a pass. That's a fight for 3rd, and Pounds goes up in smoke. Oh, mama. And Bobby Hogue now starting to work Ryan Cole over. Hogue off turn 2 makes the pass. Cole back to 2nd. The number 2, Bobby Hogue, followed by Ryan Cole. Oh, Mike Johnson makes heavy contact with the 36A car of Bob Newberry, and Johnson loops it out of turn 2. Quinn and Scott Busby lock horns going into turn 3. Busby on the move. And Mike Johnson has fallen out of competition. Right rear flat on the number 2 J car. Leader now into turn 2, Bobby Hogue, followed by Ryan Cole. The 36 car of Bob Newberry runs 3rd. Newberry gets crossed up, then 50 car of Jeff Gardner makes a pass. A wreck down the back chute, Ray Marquin and Bruce Rayburn. Rayburn turns the 180. Oh, mama. Rayburn got loopy-dooed in the back chute. Oh boy, that could have been disastrous. Rayburn had come out here tonight and set fast time, but had his troubles built into this main event for him as he's had altercation after altercation and now sits lame in the middle of the back chute.
Yeah, they were saying he's down 2 laps.
Lights are out, we're looking for a green.
Here we go.
It's a 2-lap shootout. Ryan Cole with a muscle move into 4. It's Cole and Hogue. One and a half more laps. Can Hogue hold off Ryan Cole? And Busby now moves up to 3rd. Scott Busby up to 3rd. White lap action. Lap traffic in front of your leader, Hogue. Ryan Cole dashes to the high side, gets wrapped up in lap traffic. Scott Busby gets underneath Cole. Bobby Hogue wins, Busby 2nd, Cole 3rd, Gardner 4th, and Ray Marquin 5th. Oh, man. Oh boy, what a dash for the cash as Bobby Hogue takes the main event here tonight. There he goes, the number 2 car, finishing up 2nd, unofficially the number 4 car of Ryan Cole. So finishing up 2nd, the number 73 car, Scott Busby, then Ryan Cole, then the number 50 of Jeff Gardner, and finally the number 11 of Ray Marquin.
They were starting to get worried, you know, because they knew in 5 more laps was better one in a race. He was, oh, yes,
He is so chargeable.
His pace
question, wondering why Scott Busby, in fact, was in the position he was in. He had pitted during a yellow and had come back from the back of the pack, was not laps down. But there's your winner down in the front side right now. The number 2 car, Bobby Hogue the third. All right, we're going to give you the starting grid for the 40-lap main event, late model division. On the pole, the number 71 car, your driver, Tom Fisher. Front row outside, the number 4 P car, your driver, Richard Pappenhausen. Second row inside in the Cox Brothers Special, the number 86 car, your driver, the Rocket Man, Scott Pounds. The number 7 car comes to us out of Wilmington, California. We'll call that the 7X. Your driver, Ron Meyer. Third row inside, you pick up the 7M car. Your driver, Dan Oliver. Next to Dan Oliver, you pick up the number 22 car. That's the Bandit, Dick Shepard. Next in the lineup, the number 5 car, your driver, Robert Miller. Next to Robert Miller in the black and green 39 car, out of Seaside, California, your driver, Jim Pettit II. The number 15 car, next in the lineup, out of Vallejo, California, Larry DeMitz. Then you pick up the number 1 car, driving the number 1 car here this evening out of Bakersfield. Big hand for Mike Hood. Lights out, we're looking for a green. The number 88 car, John Hill. We go green. Pappenhausen with a big start, and Scott Pounds hammers his way up. Here comes Ron Myers and Pappenhausen, your leader. Pounds runs second, Myers third, Shepard fourth. Dan Oliver fifth in the white 7M, but Pappenhausen, your leader, but Scott Pounds is not letting him get away. As Robert Capitelli off the pace in turn 4, a collision with Larry DeMitz and Jerry Smith as they come down the main chute. They gather it up, everything looking good as Pounds now closes ground on Pappenhausen. Now coming into lap traffic. Pappenhausen settles behind the number 7 car, Greg Bookout. That can cause a lot of grief in now. Turn 4 wall, the number 39 car, Jim Pettit II. Pettit came into turn 4 and got up into the wall and falls off the pace. He will collect the yellow flag. We're looking for the green, and Pappenhausen on the move. Shepard with a mount on the backside of Pounds. Pappenhausen has already worked himself into the back bumper of lap traffic. The number 7 car, Greg Bookout. Pappenhausen now will have to pick his lap cars off as Jeff Hilton loses handle in turn 4. Pappenhausen trapped in lap traffic. Scott Pounds has been able to now get right on his back bumper. The 43 car of Dave Glass out of San Juan Bautista. And Pounds makes the pass. Scott Pounds moves into the lead. Dave Glass held Pappenhausen up long enough to make Pounds take the move. Now Pounds locked up in lap traffic behind the 0-2 of Jesse Gonzalez. And Pappenhausen gets in the back bumper of Pounds. Shepard still running third, Ron Meyer fourth. Pounds comes off turn 4, he opens the door. Pappenhausen stuck his nose in, unable to hold the line of drive off the corner. Pounds strengthens his lead out by another, he's up to 2 car lengths now. Pappenhausen not letting him go. Shepard's actually falling off the pace right now. Shepard's about 15 car lengths from the second place car. As Pappenhausen gets the backside of Pounds, got Pounds loose a little bit. Pounds gathers it back up, able to hang on to that lead. Pounds in the 86 car with the sprint car wing on top. Makes a move underneath the 55 car, Rick Coffey. Coffey and Pappenhausen make contact. While that battle's going on, it has allowed Dick Shepard to move up. Shepard now starting to work the back bumper. Oh, Pappenhausen makes a move on the number 1 car, Mike Hood. And Shepard right coming up on the backside of Pappenhausen. Ron Meyer still running fourth. Rick Coffey in a bid to come up to fifth makes it past Mike Hood in the black number 1. A wreck in turn 4. Jerry Stewart almost went over. He got up on 2 tires. That's also the number 15 of Larry DeMitz, the number 43 of Dave Glass, and the number 7M of Dan Oliver. Oh boy. Jerry Stewart got up on 2 wheels and almost went over.
This is Mike Jr. and Joey. Think I'll make it back out?
I like thinking that too.
Green flag as Scott Pounds takes him off turn 4. Followed by the number 4 car, Pappenhausen. Shepard's run third. Ron Myers in the number 7 car fourth. Pounds is just flying through this track surface right now. Never has ran a wing on top of his car, but it has not affected him whatsoever, except made him faster. Pappenhausen running second with Shepard on his backside. Pounds makes contact with lap traffic. Made contact with the 43 car Dave Glass and gathers it back up. The 51 car, Varick McCorder, loses it. Your leader Scott Pounds spins to avoid contact. And the 05 car, Scott Busby, also involved. Oh, man. The quarter had lost it in the apex of 3 and 4. Scott. And we go green. Scott Pounds. Oh, Pappenhausen with a muscle move into 4. Gets momentarily underneath of Pounds. Pounds puts the hammer down, able to hold Pappenhausen off. And Pappenhausen gets sideways into turn 4. And that allows Dick Shepherd to close ground on the backside of Pappenhausen. And here comes Ron Meyer in the number 7 car. He gets underneath of Shepherd. Shepherd able to gather back up and pull away from Meyer. Oh boy, is Pounds quick here tonight or what? With Pappenhausen, we go yellow for a wreck down the back. Oh, a rollover, turn 2. Oh, a rollover with the number 17 car as he goes over and back on his wheel. That's James Edens out of Petaluma. And the number 1 car in an altercation out of turn 2, Mike Hood, the driver. And Larry DeMitz parked up in turn 3 wall with problems on his car. And I need an aspirin. Scott Pounds picks up the green, turns the car into the left-hand corner. Turn 4. Drops it down low into turn 1. Pappenhausen drops off. And John Hill gets spun out down the main chute right at the start-finish line. Oh, look out for traffic. Hill makes a move back onto the track. Pounds now with a cushion between him. Well, there was with Hill. And Scott Busby in turn 2. Off the pace. Here comes the checkered flag out. The checkered flag to Scott Pounds. Richard Pappenhausen second. Scott Pounds takes the main event win. Dick Shepherd third. Ron Meyer fourth.
Your top 4 are 86, 4P, 22, and 7X.
All right, there's your winner down in the winner's circle, the number 86 car, Scott Pounds. So without time, we're not going to go down and do an interview with Scott Pounds tonight, but how about a big hand for your main winner, the Rocket Man. Oh man, that car is quick.
Go ahead.
Lineup is good.
Line up this side, got line up.
All right, the lineup for the modified street stock main event. On the pole, you'll find the number 30 car, Doug Haggio out of Salinas. Lights out, we're looking to go green. Outside front row, the 47 car, Jerry Egonian. Egonian first into 1, off turn 2, a new lead, a wreck in the apex of 3 and 2, 1 and 2. Oh boy, we go yellow. That includes the 78 car of Ralph Cook, the 11X car of Dave Cox, and the number 2 car of Dashing Daryl Hood, those involved in that wreck. Lights out, we're looking for a green. Haggio sets the pace, and Haggio with a much better start. Haggio, your leader. Doug Jeffers down into 4th. Randy Hensley now up to 3rd. A wreck in turn 4. That's the 84 car of Gary Lee Canoyer, the 34 car of Lonnie Welch.
11, 16, 34, whoever else in the back of 16, and I think they all made contact. 11X, 11X.
Anticipation of a green, this time down the back chute. Doug Haggio, your leader, followed by Jerry Egonian, and the number 88 of Randy Hensley. Jeffers and Nolan locked horns momentarily. Nolan came out okay on that. Jeffers falls back 6 cars back. Haggio, Egonian. Egonian starting to reel Haggio in. Looking on the top side as he goes into turn 1. On the bottom side, Randy Hensley trying to make a muscle move underneath Egonian. Hensley trying to work the backside of Haggio over off turn 4, now up to 2nd. Hensley, the fastest car on the track, takes a look underneath Haggio. Lap traffic in front with Fry blocking traffic right now in the number 9 car, Dale Fry. Daryl Hood sitting on the inside apron of turn 4. Lights out. Here we go. Haggio, Hensley, Nolan. Haggio falls asleep. Hensley on the top side going into turn 3. Haggio makes contact with Hensley. Steve Nolan sticks his nose in there. It's a 3-way hunt up front. Rick Childress running 5th. 4th, Jerry Egonian. Off turn 4, Doug Haggio. Hensley right on his back bumper. Nolan on the back of Hensley's rear quarter panel. Then you pick up the 4th place runner of Jerry Egonian, and he's getting a charge now from the 44 car of Rick Childress. Childress on the inside of Egonian. Hensley gets sideways in the 4, tries to come underneath, he makes contact with Haggio. What a race up front with a 1-2-3 punch, and out comes off of turn 2, Rick Childress. Hensley gets a look underneath Haggio once again in turn 4. That appears to be the weak spot of Haggio, because Hensley forever keeps putting his nose at that position. The pass will come out of turn 4 for Hensley. Hensley takes a look, the door open, and he can't keep it straight down the lane. Hensley still underneath Haggio. Hensley side by side, door handle to door handle. Turn 3 action. And Hensley makes the pass. Nolan up to make a pass. As Haggio touched the main chute wall. Off turn 4, your leader, the black 88 of Randy Hensley out of Fresno. Steve Nolan out of Porterville running second. Haggio currently running third out of Salinas. Number 2 car of Dashing Daryl Hood, the right rear, has decided to leave him. Tire lays up against the wall below the Long's Drug sign. It looked like the right rear had took a dump on him. A mad race coming off turn 4 between the number 10 of Joyce Silva and the number 52 of James the Hammer Hammonds. These 2 cars are about to go a lap down as Hensley tries to muscle his way off turn 2. Your leader now jumps the high side coming off turn 4 wall. He gets around 34 car of Lonnie Welch. Settles in the back bumper as Welch gets crossed up. Picks up the number 4 car of Alan Updike. Updike gets it straightened up. Welch now off the racing surface. Way off of it. Your leader in turn 3, right behind the number 10 car, Joy Silva. Silva gets the move over flag. Hensley, your leader, Haggio, second. Steve Nolan in the white 17 has lost his right door, still attached to the car, but bent backwards. Your leader getting sideways in turn 4, gets underneath Gary Lee Canoyer. Ralph Cook in the 78 car is now up to 4th. Where did he come from all of a sudden? Running 5th, Jerry Egoyan out of Fresno. Right behind him, Doug Jeffers out of Napomo. A pass going into turn 3. It's Nolan on the top side of Haggio. Nolan, they make contact. The doors are coming off down the main chute. Look out. Oh, boy. Ralph Cook and Egoyan both made contact with that piece of sheet metal. Your leader caught in lap traffic as he comes off turn 4. Randy Hensley. Your leader with a full straightaway advantage on your second place runner, the white 17 of Steve Nolan. White flag now being shown to your leader as he goes into turn 2. Here comes your winner, folks, off turn 4, Randy Hensley. Finishing second, the doorless number 17 of Steve Nolan. The 78 of Ralph Cook finishing third. The number 47 car of Jerry Egoyan, fourth. Doug Jeffers, fifth. And after that, your guess is good as mine. Oh boy, race fans, there you go. Another wild one here at the Bakersfield Speedway. Oh man, what a win for the number 88 car, Randy Hensley. Let's see. The last number I called for the USAC Midgets tickets was 642-493. 642-493 was the last ticket called for the USAC Midget, a win of 2 tickets. That'll take place here the 23rd, Thanksgiving night, with the 55th 100 lap USAC Grand Prix. Who's? I got a card. Okay. How about a big hand for a hard charger, your winner out there, Randy Hensley. That wraps up another evening here at the Bakersfield Speedway. I hope all of you enjoyed yourself. A tremendous amount of car count here tonight with a tremendous amount of speed, obviously. Brisk wind out here. Whoa, this is chilly. So on behalf of Jeff Christensen, California Raceway Video, this is the race doctor, Mike Mosier, saying good night to y'all. Take care, and may God bless each and every one of you. And I love racing.